I always hear people say, "Oh, if only I could have a bookstore." I mean, I just want to sell books and I want to live in a little apartment above the bookstore, which you don't do, right? You don't
No,
live there.
no.
Okay.
There's
But
nothing above the event, just
yeah,
the
so
roof.
but people always have that romantic idea of putting a bookstore together, but I don't think they think about how much work it is. Good adventures, everybody. I'm Melissa Bonzek, and welcome to episode 129 of Books Cubed, the show where I chat with authors you should be reading. Today, we are talking about a new bookstore in Lutz, Florida, called Small Town Stories. They have their official opening on November 22nd. And if you are in the area, I highly recommend you go. Their owner, Elizabeth, took us on a tour of the shop. So if you are listening on the podcast, you may want to jump over to the YouTube channel and watch so you can see the bookstore. Let's get right to it, and I will see you after. Oh, thanks so much for joining me, Elizabeth. I am so excited about you opening this bookshop. Go ahead and tell everybody about it.
Okay. Well, like she said, thank you, Melissa, for having me. My name is Elizabeth, and I began writing, when I was like 28 years old, so many years ago. And a few years ago, I decided that I wanted to, just really focus on, marketing my book. I found it very difficult. So I started going to some vendor events and things like that to try to showcase my books. And then I realized that a lot of authors were struggling with the marketing. So I decided to start partnering with them. And I was like, hey, what if we work together to try to market each other? I'll put you on my social media, you put me on yours. So my LLC formed in 2021, I believe. Yep. And I focused on just online sales. Well, just this past Monday, I was actually able to open up the brick and mortar store, and that's what you see behind me. So I'm really truly excited about that. It was a long process of finding the right location. I did, I prayed about it, and I kept hearing, the Holy Spirit tell me that the location needed to be in Lutz, 41. So I kept looking and looking and looking, and I had to make sure I had some money together. So I was able to get that money together, and then the perfect location popped up with everything that I wanted. I needed 1,000 square feet. I needed 2 rooms, and I needed not to have to pay rent for a couple of months. So, and everything was provided to me. So it's been wonderful.
It's been wonderful, yeah. And how did you come up with the title for the store?
We lived, it was my daughter and I, we came up together. It's like a family business. Everybody's been involved in this whole process. At the time we lived in Wesley Chapel, which was a small town. So we thought small town stories would be great. Hence, since then we have moved to Hudson, which is a little bit bigger, but we liked the name, so we just kind of kept with it. So, and it kind of tells you, because not all the stories are about small towns, obviously, but it just has a purpose of where we were at the time.
How many authors do you have in the store now?
Whew. Okay, that's a good question. Probably like over 20. I don't know exactly because they keep coming in. And but there's a lot of them, and I've, ever since I've opened, people have heard about it, so I have more people inquiring about it. But there's definitely like over 20. I don't think that we're quite at 50 yet. But the plan is to just fill up the room with books. So
Yeah. And you've got all different kinds of genres?
yes, we're not specific to one genre at all. I accept all genres. We're looking for, to have, I'd love to have one, set of books for each genre. We have romance, we have a lot of romance, we have children's books, and then we have like mysteries and poetry and sci-fi, and just, yes, there's a lot of different ones that we have.
Are you still doing, now that you got the brick and mortar store, are you still going out to shows?
I'm going to more of like the book event. So I went to 2 conventions right before the book opened, and so I'm focusing more on the actual conventions that work on the books, not just like vendor events where they sell other different things. I have another one in November that I'm going to go to. I don't know how many I'll do next year, but I definitely want to do some of the bigger book conventions still, so that we can promote the store as well as maybe possibly get some new authors in.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you thinking of doing events at your shop?
Yes. So once, probably in the new year, just so that we have a few months to like get settled, I want to do like poetry reading night. We want to do like maybe open mic night. We want to do, to where we have workshops for different things, like how to become a self-published author. What is the process of, the writing process, have authors come in and share their ideas. And then, probably do a game night and just anything that we can do to bring the community together, also for the love of books. So to just get people, noticed, and this is what we're doing, and, just kind of helping, because a lot of people some authors have come to me and said, well, what's the process? How did you start writing the book? And I was like, well, the ideas just come to me. And they were like, well, how about publishing? And I was like, well, you gotta write it and then get it. So they wanted to know the process of the self-publishing process. So, I would talk them through of how to go through, Amazon or whichever publishing company you decide to go through, the print company to go through. And so we'll be doing workshops on that as well. Just the process
And
and the
book
different.
clubs, book clubs for readers?
Definitely. We want to do book clubs, obviously, pick a book and, figure out which genre we want to do this week or this month, and, definitely have that open to the public as well.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Book clubs really are great at bringing people together. And I know you have a really cool children's area. I don't know if you can
Yes.
pick up the iPad for those on YouTube and take us over to your children's section to show us.
Yes. So this is Sawyer's art. So we also, for the store, we also have artists come in and show me and display their works, and they can have a spot. So this is the little children's area. This is the books that the kids can play with and the toys that they can play with. This is all for them. There's a little table right here that they can sit at and play. And then we also have the books that they can actually buy. So these are some of my authors that we have.
Oh, nice.
And
Do you
some
have,
of them,
and I know you sell children's books, right? I mean, you write children's books,
I
right?
write children's books. Those are out on the other shelf, and I'll go to that one
Yeah,
next.
let's go see your work.
So and they're all local. Most of them are local to Florida. I do have a few out of state authors, but most of them are local to Florida. And so these are the books that I wrote. This one right here is Jesus's ABCs. It's going to be a series of 13 books, and it's all based on the books of the Bible and the letters of the alphabet. And then over here, we have my first one, which was My Best Friend Is Who. My second one is Cousins and Cousins and Cousins, Oh My. And then we have What Am I, in English and in Spanish.
Oh, nice.
And it's based on the character Gilmore, who doesn't quite know who he is. So he gets kind of confused.
Oh, I like it.
And he decides that he needed to have his own story. So, and there's a few more that I'm in the process of writing. So
what prompted you to start your first children's book?
My children, actually. We started with when they were little, my husband growing up would bring out the claw. His dad would bring out the claw, which is, like that tickle monster kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so when I started working at a preschool, I'm like, I'm not going to have a claw. So I said, well, what about the tickle monster? So then I just started, talking about these stories that I would make up with my children and my students at the time. And my son said, you need to write a story about the tickle monster. So we sat down and we kind of came up with the name together. And so his name is Gilmore. And then the stories, some of the stories are things that happened in our lives, in my life and in my children's lives, and then just intertwined with, the fiction stories, the stuff that we just made up. But he told me I should write it, so I did. And then I wrote the first book, and which is My Best Friend Is Who. That one has my two children. And then my older niece. And then when I was finished with that one, my other nephew got upset because he didn't have his own story. So what I did is I wrote Cousins and Cousins and Cousins Oh My, which was about 7 cousins at the time, and the ones who were able to actually help me write their story. So each chapter is about a different cousin. And like I said, the ones who were able to actually help me to write it. So it's been awesome.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yes.
Now that you've got the iPad all put back on the table, let's grab it again and take us outside so we can get a peek at what the sign looks like. Because I really like the sign that you have in your front window.
Yes.
And for anybody that's near Lutz, How do you say
Lutz.
it?
It's
Lutz.
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 You got it.
Anybody near Lutz, you will be able to recognize it here at the when you see it there.
Okay. And it's
Okay,
raining out
so
here, so let's see.
yeah, just step back just a little bit. There you go. If there we go. And
There.
I'm leaning back in my chair to see up.
Can you see it?
Oh, that looks great. That looks great. And you've got a website.
Yes. And that's the door. And it goes through
Very
the whole thing.
nice.
So we're at 123 flagship, kind of an easy,
Oh yeah, yeah.
an easy name. Yes. So the website is the www.smalltownstoriesllc.com. So that's
Yeah.
what that one is. So yes.
Yeah. And if anybody's on video and you see the mess on the shelf as we came in, she snagged a bunch of those books to lift up the iPad. So
Yes, I did.
normally they would look all,
No, I got to
it
go
would
back
look
and
good.
fix them.
Oh, before you set it back down
Yeah.
again, I
Okay.
know that we a bunch of us came and painted ceiling
Oh, the
tiles.
ceiling tiles. Yes. So let's see. We'll start over here. Okay. So we're going to go up. I think that one was, I think that was Doug. Yep, that one was
I
Doug.
think that was, yeah.
Yeah, that's Doug. But this is, and I'll show you everybody's. This is one of my other authors who just joined us. And then this one, I think one of my friends from Bible study did it. And this is Karen's.
I was just saying, I think yeah, Fern Karen did that one.
Yeah, Karen did that one. It glows in the dark, I think.
I think you're right. I think I heard somebody mention
I think I
that.
mentioned that.
Yeah.
And then so here's some other tiles that some friends did.
Yeah. My friend Barb did the one with the rainbow.
Okay.
See,
I was
we're
like, I need-
writers, not artists. So
Right. No, that's okay.
if you're watching on video.
While we're walking, and we'll go this way. And then this one is from Doug as well.
Yeah, that's cute with a ducky and a book
Yeah.
and a cup.
And this is the one that Melissa did.
Yeah, my Once Upon a Book, and I should have
Yeah.
put a rainbow through it, and I'm not
It's
an
all right.
artist.
I'm not either, so this is mine.
But I like yours. It's the bookstore.
Yes, it's the book.
Yeah.
And then we do
bookstore's a
have
book.
some more that we just haven't been able to put up yet, so we're getting there. But might as well I'm up, so now you can kind of see the little shelves.
Yeah.
So we have like murder mystery, we have thriller, we have memoirs and self-help. And then here's our romance. We have travel, we have dark fantasy and romance.
Oh, nice selection.
Yeah, there's about quite I like a lot of people like to write romance. And then this is our fiction section. So we have quite a few of those. There's packing the shelves up, which is great. And then at the bottom here, we have middle grade books. So we're starting to get a collection of those going, which is great.
Oh yeah.
And then this is our VIP area. So this is Sophie's section. And so she writes a little bit of everything. She writes romance, and then she's got historical that she writes. And then, like I said, we do have some art on the wall. So this is H. Gorlitz Scott. And then she's got her books as well. And then we have some blind book dates, and we call them book boxes from different authors.
Oh, nice.
And then this is recently I met a friend who does yarn, who does like stitching. So where she's going to sell some of her stuff here at the store as well. So I thought it was perfect for Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, those are really cool. They're pumpkins. If you're
Yeah,
not
those are
watching on
pumpkins.
video, yeah, they're yarn pumpkins.
Yarn pumpkins, yes. And then this is another author. This is Pamela. And I have a friend who makes glass art. So she made all of these. I guess she was moving, so it was a perfect way for her to bring her stuff into me.
Yeah.
And then over here we have 3D art.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah. There's some really
yeah.
cool. I like the dragon.
Yes.
She
lot
needs
of
to
dragon.
sell those. I wasn't sure if the dragon business card holder was for sale.
You can find out, yeah. I don't remember if she said. Well, there's no price tag on it, so maybe not, but I can always. She said that whatever, if anybody has something in mind that they would like her to make, she can make it.
Oh, that's cool to know.
So we can get more of those. So these are like little boxes that you can open up and you can put little things in it like trinkets.
Hmm.
And then these are her mystery boxes that she has little stuff in it. So her little sign over here that she has says that it has each includes at least one 3D print plus candy, stickers, bonus prizes, and much more. So
Oh, nice. Yeah. And I like her bookends.
yes, all her bookends are the 3D printed. And then here's some more authors that we have. This is Barb Jones. And then we have TK Lawyer. And before I show Melissa's books, I'm going to stand them up nicely.
Ah.
So we got a couple of Melissas over here. There you go. And then we have two other, Mary Walsh and Shauna Fletcher over there. This is our little poetry section. We have three authors. We have Artemis Rivera, or AC Cuellar, as she goes by, and Denise Marsh. So this is Dean Dreyer. So he's over here in his little section. So yes, what they have the vases with the faces. So there you go.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, so she made all of those. That's that same artist. So yeah, that's our little store.
Oh,
We're
very
pretty
nice.
happy. And there's some more art right here. And this is all by Linda. She made these. She's a friend that I met at one of the other events. And then we have our little coffee station with our little coffee sign. Yeah, that's the little store.
There you are. You're back. You're back.
Yes.
If people want to, if an indie author, hang on, there we go. My microphone keeps cutting in and out. So are you still looking for indie authors to put in the store?
Yes. So I've been getting, quite a few people that are still interested. At this point, I'm going to keep taking authors as long as I can create space. So if they want to contact me, the best way to do that is through the email, which is the smalltownstoriesllc@gmail.com.
Is it
And
the
just,
small town stories or just
no,
small
not
town
just the,
stories?
sorry,
Yeah.
smalltownstoriesllc.llc@gmail.com.
Okay.
So yes,
Yeah, I'll put that down in the show notes too so that people can
yes,
find that. Okay.
yes.
So I know you did a lot of work to put this bookstore. I always hear people say, "Oh, if only I could have a bookstore." I mean, I just want to sell books and I want to live in a little apartment above the bookstore, which you don't do, right? You don't
No,
live there.
no.
Okay.
There's
But
nothing above the, just
yeah,
the
so
roof.
but people always have that romantic idea of putting a bookstore together, but I don't think they think about how much work it is to put a bookstore together. So what did you
Yeah.
have to do to create this 1,000 square foot space?
It was difficult from the beginning. There was the previous tenant, kind of left it in shambles. So there was a lot of junk that we had to get rid of first. Apparently they had a water leak, and I believe most of the damage was done in this building, this space. So I had to replace a lot of the ceiling tiles. We have a wall that needs to be fixed. But the process was challenging. The person prior to us put up a temporary wall, but nothing was even. So we had to go in and try to, putting in a new door frame was a lot harder than what it should have been. The floors were not quite level, so there was just little challenges here and there. Couldn't have done it without my family. I had friends that came in to do the baseboards for me because I wasn't sure that they were going to get done in time, and we wanted to open on Monday. So they spent their Sunday, putting in the baseboards for me. So it was definitely a collection of people that made the store the way it is today. You just don't think about like all the little things, like, the plates, covers, to cover up the light switches and the different things like that. And how many do you need? And oh my gosh, there's so many in here. And, where are you going to put, your your bookshelves and how is that going to be arranged? And, how many do you need? And so it was kind of like, it's been a learning process. I kind of guessed about how many that I need, and I think I'm already going to need some more because, like I said, there's more authors that want to come join us, which is great. So I have space right now. They're spaced apart, but eventually there will probably be the whole back wall behind me will be lined up with bookshelves. So it's just been, it's the process of, trying to find the right deals and not, blowing the budget. So there was a budget. I'm still good.
And you said you did. I remember before the floor was down, you had found a pretty good deal on the tiles that you used for the floor.
Yes. So I found one of the warehouses, Ollie's Warehouse is a new place that just opened up down the street. And I just went in with a friend and I'm like, oh, they sell floors. So, and they
Nice.
had enough to where I wasn't sure if they were going to, but they had enough for me to buy all the flooring that I needed at a discounted price. So I think it was, a dollar and change, where everywhere else I was going was, closer to that $2 mark per square foot. So, and it
And
adds up. You don't think that it adds up, but it does. And, even the bookshelves. But luckily, everything that I've gotten, even the bookshelves, a lot of the furniture we got I was able to either get it on sale or at just a really good, you know, a good price. So I've been very blessed with that I've been able to get it. And there's some things in here that I bought from other places. Like I have some bookshelves that the ones in the kids' room are bookshelves that I had at home that I no longer needed. So I was able to bring that in. And my idea for that children's area was just so that the children had a place to play while maybe mom and dad shopped, and that they can, do whatever they need to do. They can play with those books and they can, read the stories, and just a cozy little area for them so that the parents can have a little bit of breath, breather of just
yeah.
saying, okay, I can walk around and not have to worry about my kids. So that was the idea of that room, which I'm excited about.
Do you have another book coming out soon for you?
It's written. I'm just trying to finish my series first, before I work on the illustrations for that. So, like I was telling you, the Jesus ABCs is going to be about 13 books, and
Mhm.
we've gotten all the way through. We just finished illustrating book 8. So once I get through that series, then I'll work on the next one. The next one's going to be, like I said, it's already written. It's going to have my character, Babette. She's an ostrich, and she's Gilmore's cousin. Because somebody asked me, well, when is Babette going to have her story? So I was like, okay. So Babette has her story. She's going to meet Benjamin the Bat, and they are going to be in, St. Augustine at the, lighthouse. So that's
Oh,
where the story is going to take place. So
cool.
once I get done with the illustrations for this book that I'm working on now, then I can start the illustrations for those. So that one's
And
written.
that's really cool that you not only write them, but you illustrate them yourself too.
Oh, no, I don't. Sorry.
Oh,
No,
you
I
don't
don't
illustrate
illustrate
them
them. Sorry.
yourself?
Nope. Nope. I cannot draw.
Oh,
I hired somebody through Fiverr to start
oh,
my books. And then, because I was doing so many, I was able to contact him directly. And so we've been doing it that way.
oh, nice.
So
They're
so
nice illustrations. They looked really good.
he's done a very good job, and he does research because they're Bible based. He's been looking at the Bibles and the characters, and he's been, researching what each character should look like, and, what the scenes were back there. So he's done an amazing job. So I'm excited to have him finish the series for me
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now you have your grand opening. You had a soft opening last week, right?
on Monday,
On Monday.
on the
But you're having
3rd.
like a big grand opening coming
Yes.
up soon, right?
Yep, the grand opening is going to be November 22nd, the weekend right before Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be, partnering hopefully with the businesses around me so that we can kind of get everybody involved. And I'm hoping to have some, we'll have food and drinks, and, just have a party outside, outside and
Yeah.
inside. So, just to kind of, more, do focus on the advertising, and I want to get, as many people in here as possible to know about the store so that they know where they can go, and, you can enjoy it. The plaza that's in here is really nice. There's a couple of churches, and there's some food places, and there's, Pokemon stores. So, and you can do your laundry. And there's going to be, I think, like a yoga studio coming. So there's going to be a lot of things in this area. So we're really hoping to just work together so we can get more people from the community over here.
Nice. And you have do you have a website, or is it on Facebook?
I have a website as well. So it's smalltownstoriesllc.com.
.com.
So yeah, it matches with the email and the website together. So
Okay, I'll have that down in the show notes. So if you're in the Lutz area, and what
yes.
is Lutz near?
Near it's Land O'Lakes and Lutz. It's like the cross streets would be like Del Mabry and US 41.
Okay, so you're not too far from Tampa.
No, not too far. About maybe, less than 30 minutes away from Tampa.
Oh, that's not very far. That's not a far drive.
No,
and
not
so you'll
far at
have
all.
information about the grand opening on the website?
There will be, yes. Now that we've opened up, done the soft opening, now I can start focusing on the brand. But yes, all the news will be on the website. Also the social medias, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and which is the STS Books LLC, which is our hashtag for those. So all of that. And then if you go to the website and you sign up for the newsletter, then we'll be sending out newsletter for upcoming events as well.
That sounds good. Okay, everybody, you have your mission set for you. Go to smalltownstoriesllc.com. I got it right? Great. I'll put that in the show notes also. And if they are authors looking to maybe be in your shop, is there a spot on the website for them to click on?
Not at this time, but I'll work on getting that one. So right now they can just email me, which is the smalltownstoriesllc@gmail.com.
Okay.
So that's the best
where it
way.
is. That's where it is. So go check out the website, everybody, and go to Lutz. And I want to say there's an Italian restaurant across the street.
There is.
Yeah.
There's an Italian restaurant, and there's the Blessings gas station right in between.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
You can find my books also there at the shop. They're somewhere inside there. And I want to thank you for coming on. And I know that you are probably busy trying to get other things done. And I think Sundays, you are closed on Sundays, right?
Yes, we are closed on Sundays. I'm here today because I'm, having a couple of things I needed to do, but we are closed on Sundays. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 10 to 7, Monday through Thursday, and then 10 to 8 on Friday and Saturdays.
Oh, fantastic. Because I know for me, when I had kids, I wanted to go do things in the evening sometimes.
Right.
Because during the day you were so busy and you want to run out and you can't because a lot of things close at 5.
Right.
Or 6.
Right. No, we're open till 8. So it's a little bit later, which is good. That allows, that extra time on the weekends.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. And I'm sure I will see you soon.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Elizabeth. If you are in the Lutz area, Lutz, Florida, swing by on November 22nd for their official opening day. She'll have all kinds of events and some other authors by that day. I think I'll be there for a short time, but I don't know when or for how long. But my books are there. You can pick up one signed by me. It's very exciting. And it's a great little bookstore. And she's adding more authors all the time. And if you are an author and would like to be added to her bookstore or be considered to be added to her bookstore, go ahead and click on one of those links in the show notes down below and get in touch with Elizabeth. And that's it for this week. I will see you next time with another great show. In fact, I'm talking with Neil Christensen, and he has a very interesting experiment going on with his podcast and with his latest book. So you'll want to come back to listen to that show. And in the meantime, go read a good book. The Books Cube theme music was written by Laura Lynn Hardy. She performed the vibraphone. Billy Tyke Miller performed percussion. And it was recorded at Mills Kids Recording in Huntsville, Alabama.